School holidays with kids being at home can be quite a task, but it's the knack of making it easy and fun-filled. I prefer doing the supermarket shopping the first thing in the morning at the earliest when kids are still in bed. And the store is filled with fresh stock and shopping is easy and fast with very few people in stores. My breakfast is almost ready and is in the bag. Yes, I'm planning to make bagel for breakfast. And a few tempting requests with pizza on mind. I do take my kids for shopping grocery, but end up buying far too many things. This was a lot easy, just what was needed. Shreya is preparing and very busy revising for her exams, so Chotu is the only one to be entertained for this holiday. Keeping the kitchen easy with easy recipes, and hopefully I should be able to make something interesting in this holidays. Now, with everything set in its place, let's begin the day with fresh and healthy breakfast. I'm planning to make open style bagel. Bagel is just like a bun. So if you're based in a region where bagel is not available, then you can just use a slice of bread or a bun. It will taste equally good. Try and use a wholemeal bread if you can. I have tomato and cucumber slices ready. Fresh large oranges. Do you know what's the best way to make kids eat? Never ask them to eat or never ever force them to eat, but instead you as a parent should always enjoy those fruits and food just normally, not emphasizing at all, which then becomes a very easy habit which will become a routine without a fuss. I have fresh salad leaves. This is Bistro ready to eat selection, which has always been my favorite. Making the dry fruits an interesting way with everyone having their own portion. Ready smoothie to drink. And I'm really happy to see the natural colors on breakfast table. Bagel tastes really good when toasted. And the best part of English breakfast, it's healthy, rich, easy, and one can get started on their own. I just like to keep the holidays quite flexible, and every kid loves making their own plate. So just keep the things ready and let them get creative and try different flavors on their own. And when they make their own, it's always very interesting for them to eat. And when I make bagel for myself, I use the original soft cheese and lots of flavors, which is quite strong than the store-bought ones. If you are like me, then you should try this. I add in salt to taste, parsley, garlic granules, green chili paste, minced garlic and ginger paste, and now the quantity and the ratio is entirely up to an individual's choice to the taste. I make mine quite strong and quite flavorful as well. Toasting the bagel now and spreading in a good thick amount and layer of soft cheese, tomato slices, cucumber slices, and salad leaves. And yes, this is not going to close, which is loaded and will be easy to eat. Well, hopefully. Spending time with kids in anything that you do, whether it's eating, cooking, cleaning, watching telly, or playing games, it's the best way to spend time with them, keeping them occupied, and as a parent, creating lots of memories. Before me and Sanika set going out for a little shopping, we thought we can make the pizza dough ready. Kids just love working in the kitchen and it's good to encourage them. Cooking is a skill for life. Everyone should know how to cook, at least the basics. So we add in a sachet of 7 grams of yeast in a bowl with warm water to soak, allowing it to rise up. In the food processor, we measure 2 cups of plain flour and a cup of wheat flour. Salt to taste. And I combine the dry ingredients first and then measuring in olive oil and yeast which has risen up. Adding in warm water to knead the dough. We want the dough to be nice, soft and fluffy, not like chapati ka atta. I found the dough needed a little bit of more water, so I have added in little bit of more water, and now that it's soft, light, which will help to rise up, turning soft and fluffy. This is the same pizza dough that I normally make at home, but this time with a different topping, which will make it taste completely different. I have smeared oil onto the sides of the bowl and placing the dough and covering it up with cling film nice and tight. I place it in the oven. It's not preheated or anything, just like a dark shelf for the dough to work faster. Now I have this gorgeous bag. I would say it's a dream designer bag that I was longing to have from Teddy Blake. They have their own unique design, but also keeping the price point affordable. It has the luxury feel from Italy's finest pelletier, dyed and treated to withstand the test of time to maintain the luxurious look. It is truly a work of art coming from an experienced craftsman. And with this bag on hand, now I have to create something magical to match with this magical piece. So I set out shopping fabric with Sanika. You all know how much I love creating saree, and this designer bag will match up with all my western dresses. But I really want to see the look of designer bags with designer sarees. Yes, I bought a fabric home to match with this bag. This is a beautiful fabric which is raw silk and has a lovely shine and shimmer. I am going to stitch the edges using a sewing machine, in which way the ends from all sides will be tucked neat and tidy. If you don't have a sewing machine at home, you can get this stitched from a tailor, or if you wish, you can do back stitch on your own using a thread and a needle. It will take some time, but many people find it very relaxing to stitch while watching telly. Well, I certainly do. Now that I have the edges ready, I'm taking a break for making the pizza dough base. I can see it's nicely fluffed up. I cut into small dough balls, dividing equally into 8 pieces. With the same measurements, you can do 4 portions and get larger pizza size. But I'm using the air fryer later, so just to make it fit into the air fryer, I'm doing smaller portions, smaller sections. Now, keeping the remaining dough covered, I work on one base at a time, dusting with plain flour as and when needed, and then pricking with the help of a fork all over the pizza base. Setting them in the oven for 4 minutes time on one side and then flipping them over onto the other side for the next 4 minutes. Important to cool them down on a cooling rack. This way I make the rest of the pizza base ready as well. Using the same food processor, I am kneading another dough for tonight's dinner. We call it as Menthe Kadabu. I have 2 cups of chapati ka atta, 1.5 teaspoon of cumin powder, which is jeera powder, salt to taste, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic and ginger paste, a teaspoon of green chili paste, 1/2 teaspoon of oil. I give a whisk combining the masalas and then a full bunch of fresh methi leaves that I don't have to chop if using a food processor, as it will be finely chopped when kneading the dough. If you're kneading the dough with the hand, you will have to chop the methi leaves. Now I add in water, say around 1 cup of water to 2 cups of atta. I'm using the same bowl and the same cling film to cover up the atta now. Continuing to use the food processor, just changing the blade to knife blade, as this recipe of Menthe Kadabu will taste a lot good with lots of onions. I'm using 3 big onions and 2 garlic cloves. 1 full bunch of fresh methi that I've finely chopped. I try and use and plan the menu for the day in such a way that I can use the same utensils in the kitchen and then give a wash at the end of the day. 1 tablespoon of kasuri methi that I give a wash and keep it ready. along with fresh methi. In a cooking pot, I add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, a teaspoon of jeera, 3 big onions and garlic cloves which are finely chopped, that I saute them until they change color to golden brown. I add in methi leaves, which is finely chopped, along with kasuri methi. I keep giving it a stir occasionally until the leaves are cooked. To this, I add in half a teaspoon of green chili paste, 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric powder, salt to taste, around half a cup of freshly grated coconut. I give a stir and then turn off the flame. The pizza base is all cooled down, that I keep them ready in a box to be used for tomorrow. There's still plenty of time for dinner, so I thought let me complete making the saree with design. I'm going to keep this very simple, easy and straightforward, that anyone watching this video can make the saree on their own without having the need of anything in particular, yet giving a designer look. Important to bear in mind to do all this work on a worktop or a dining table, which will give you a good room to work and also is easy on your back. Working on the pallu, which will be the fabric on your left hand side. Using a stiff measuring tape around 12 inches from the end, I start off the pattern, marking and making a line with the help of fabric pen. Shreya loves joining me and giving me a hand, and she says she's done a lot of revision for the whole day, needs time to relax. And making a saree is always relaxing and a super fun activity at home. I have bought these sequin string in gold and silver color from Amazon and fabric glue to attach sequins. On the line marked, we got the glue on and placed the gold string, completing the line. After that, we measured in an inch space, marking at a distance using the fabric pen and then making a straight line. I squeeze the glue over the line. Shreya places the sequin string by just pressing down gently. Now this idea is so simple and very easy that anyone at home can try. Without the need of anything like a specific machinery or artistic skill, it's just an hour's time is all that you need. And these sequin string are easily available worldwide. It's already looking so fabulous with the color pattern of gold and silver. I'm working only on the pallu with 20 lines of string. That's it, giving it a very classy touch of elegance and simplicity. Just like a designer saree, quite unique. With the whole saree being plain and only the pallu being decorated in a dimension. I'm really very pleased with the way the saree has turned out. Very different in every way to the previous sarees that I have made at home. We are done in an hour's time. Now it's almost dinner time. Now to make the Kadbu, which has always been a favorite family time to make together listening to music, we just use the insert steamer and oil to smear our hands as and when needed. Everyone loves eating Menthe Kadabu in our house and thoroughly enjoy making Kadbu as well together. And when we sit down together, the most tedious job gets done faster with lots of fun. And what makes this dish tastier is the small size Kadbu. This is Kadbu that we pinch with very little dough, make a small ball and then flattening it down. And when your hands and fingers are smeared with oil, the dough doesn't stick to each other when getting steamed later. This way, we have half a portion ready to be steamed for the first batch. I use the pressure cooker with very little of water in the base and then keep the steamer in without a whistle to be just steamed for 10 minutes time. In the meantime, we get ready to make the next half of the batch. We love sitting together making Kadbu and listening to music in the background. The first batch is now ready, that I just add in straight away to the masalas that was made earlier. Next batch going in to get steamed as well. You can allow a minute or two for them to cool down, which will be very easy to separate. Now with the whole batch ready, I just warm up, combining the masala onto the steamed Kadbu. This will taste very nice when served hot, with lots of onions and 2 full methi bunch, one with the kadbu and one in the masala. Now that it is ready and everyone at home are very hungry, let me just serve them. With this being a one-pot food, it's just so easy to just sit down, relax, eat and enjoy a movie at night for dinner. We are watching Abhishek Bachchan's Dasvi movie. Holiday time tends to be a little stretched, isn't it? Is it the same in your house? Life is a lot easy for lunch with pizza base on hand. And I have these shallot onions, we also call it as sannulagadi or sambar iruli, which are really nice, sweet in taste, but peeling them can be quite a task. What I do is I chop the ends, place them in a bowl, adding in warm water for a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, I just quickly chop red bell pepper in thin, long strips. Soaking the shallots in warm water will help to peel the skin easily and also easy on eyes with no tears. I'm going to air fry the onions and pepper together. Alternatively, you can saute them on a pan with oil. I'm just keeping everything ready needed to add on to the pizza. Kids love creating their own pizza with their favorite toppings. I have goat cheese with garlic and herb flavor, soft mozzarella cheese, air fried onions and peppers, homemade spice oil. Pizza? Yeah. Looks nice. Yeah. Onto the pizza base, we have tomato and mascarpone sauce, and the other one is tomato and olive sauce. A totally different toppings gives a totally different taste on your pizza. So this time we have tried this combination of sauteed shallot onions, sauteed red peppers, basil leaves, mozzarella cheese and goat's cheese. Drizzling in a little of olive oil and setting it in the air fryer. Super hot, delicious pizza that I didn't have to do much. But kids are extremely happy when served pizza for lunch. And so is my husband, which keeps you filled up for a long time. And now that I make my own pizza with both sauces, tomato and mascarpone sauce at the base, layered by tomato and olives. I definitely like mine loaded and spicy, so I just layer up shallot onions, red peppers, mozzarella cheese, basil leaves, which I also call as British tulsi leaves, goat's cheese, chili flakes, pizza seasoning and a drizzle of oil. Look at that. Now that I will get to sit down and peacefully enjoy a relaxing meal. Well, the day was meant to be pampered, carried on for a date night, a dinner at a restaurant, and I chose to wear what I created. What blended in so well was the combination of my Teddy Blake luxury handbag even with my Indian saree. The gorgeous color, the pattern, the design and the shape of this bag can just uplift any attire is what I think and what I felt. I honestly got lots of compliments from all those passing by for my bag and for my saree. This is our all-time favorite place, which is quiet on the most happening place. We just love to sit down and spend time here most of the days. Now, this is what I like about the holidays. Hope you all are having relaxing time with your loved ones.